That terrific song is called Wicked Man, and it's from the album called Getting By on Getting Down, and it's my special guest today, Sam Morrow. Sam, thank you so much for joining me today on the Friday Afternoon Music Mix. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Greg. I appreciate it.
We want to talk a little bit about this brand new album that is getting a tremendous amount of accolades for you. I mean, there's terrific articles in Billboard, Vice, even Rolling Stone had a nice, and you've been on NPR, and it's gained you a lot of notoriety. Um, Tell me a little bit about how you went about this.
Yeah, well, this album was recorded. Getting By and Getting Down was recorded. Man, what year is it? It's 2021 now, so that was 2019. Um, and we had these kind of grand plans to release it in 2020, and be on the road a lot, and um, obviously that did not go as planned. So, but at the same time, I did not want to just sort of sit on a record, um, for another year or whatever. My record before that, Concrete and Mud, came out in 2018. So, uh, I like to try and do something every year, 18 months record wise. So yeah, we put it out in a pandemic, and it's obviously it's not the same as being out there and touring and kind of into more people's ears. But it's been a unique experience, and I am excited to finally get out there and play these new songs for people and just play music again. I really miss that. I'm sure I'm not the I'm not the only one.
Oh my.
Um, but yeah, I mean, as far as kind of how the record was recorded, it's just sort of a culmination of the last record and playing the last record on the road and seeing kind of where where the live show went, and also just listening to a bunch of music and figuring out where kind of the new direction was going to be, or sort of where, I don't even want to call it a new direction, but see where it was I was evolving to, I guess.
Well, you've had, I mean, your your portfolio starts out in 2014 with the album Ephemeral. 2015, a terrific album that I liked a lot called There Is No Map. And then, of course, 2018, Concrete and Mud, which got a lot of good press and a lot of good feedback. And I know you said you were promoting that on the road. And now Getting By on Getting Down. Hey, in your late 20s, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I actually just turned 30,
Did you
but
really? Okay.
I just turned, so I'm old now. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Um, but yeah, no, I someone asked me, like, or someone said, like, you're pretty prolific. I don't feel that way at all. I don't feel like I'm this prolific songwriter or anything like that. I like making records. It's like, besides touring and getting to go to other countries and just playing shows for people, I think recording is my favorite part of this whole thing, creating. Um, so any opportunity I have to get in the studio and record, I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
And speaking of recording, you didn't fool around with this one. You gathered some incredible musicians. Um, Doug Pettibone on guitar,
Hmm.
and I, forgive me if I butcher this last name. Is it Matt Teku? Is that how he pronounces
Yeah.
that? And
Tech you got it.
yeah, and who is also very well known. And I know you worked with him for almost a year putting this together when you were on the road together.
Yeah.
Then you recorded the last album in Robbie Krieger's studio, who was with the Doors in Los
Yeah.
Angeles. Like I said, you came out of the chute hitting hard on this one, and it's paid off. It's paid off.
Yeah.
This is just a terrific album. Um,
Appreciate that.
what's next? I know you want to get back on the road as quickly as possible, and hopefully you'll be able to do that. In the next few months. when all of us get vaccinated,
Yeah.
and you're safe to travel and be around other people.
Yeah.
Do you hope to hit the road again, both domestically and internationally, when that happens?
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't played a show in, I think my last show was in Nashville in like late February of last year. So I'm ready to get out there. I understand, you know, I've been staying safe this whole time. I understand why, of course, why I'm not playing shows right now. That's blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
Um, but I think we are finally starting to get to a point where it's getting safer, and there's safe ways to play shows, and I think it's only going to get safer. Um, so yeah, I'm hoping by this summer we're kind of up and running and playing shows, and I hope to the goal is to try and get another record done by the end of the year,
Oh,
and
great.
have something out, early to mid next year, and hopefully there's not another pandemic in between those times.
Another wave. Yeah.
Yeah, another wave or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, if all goes well, that's the plan. Just to kind of get back to a semblance of normalcy.
Great. Let's jump back and play another cut. This one is getting a. I've had a lot of feedback from my listeners on it, and it's gotten a lot of good press. Let's hear Rosarita. Does that sound good?
Absolutely.
Looking in the mirror, I look like a wreck. That woman ran around and left me for dead. Man told me stories, filled me up with lies. Damn, she looked good in that polyethylene disguise. And I'm living on cold pizza. Yeah, I'm mixing up my days. She's an hour from my doorstep. Yeah, Rosarita ain't nothing sweeter, but she only brings me rain. She got me walking on a tightrope. Got me flying with a plane. I live in my car so she could drive me insane. Take all my money, be my rock. Take when she's away, feels like days till the top. And I'm living on cold pizza. And I'm mixing up my days. She's an hour from my door.
What a killer song that is, Sam. And I know that you pen almost all your music. I haven't heard any covers on any of your 4 albums. So I know that you and maybe some co-writers that you've got, Eric Korn, I think, is one that helps you. This is all original music that's up inside you guys' heads.
Yeah, yeah. Haven't we actually were torn with the idea of doing like kind of a covers EP or something like that because we haven't done any covers or anything on any of the records. But one day we'll do that. But yeah, all this is either written or co-written by me. I have a few different people that I write with, Eric Korn being one of them. That Rosarito is actually also written with a lady named Jamie White. I'm not sure
Oh, I know
if you're
her. I
familiar.
play her.
Yeah,
I play her music on my show. Yeah,
yeah,
she's
Jamie's
great.
great. Yeah, she came over to my house one day, and we kind of wrote the chorus together, and then I just sort of went running with it from there. It's a unique lyric, and I think me and Jamie are both kind of weird people, so it worked out.
Well, your sense of humor comes through on a lot of your music with the reference that you had. Just throw out a couple of them here: Skinny Elvis and Instagram filters. I thought that was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
I like
Rosarita
that.
has cold pizza in it. I never
Yeah,
thought I'd
cold
write cold
pizza.
pizza in a song. But
Living on
why
cold
not?
pizza. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You get a lot of comparison, and I know that some of your heroes are Lowell George with Little Feat, and of course Ronnie Van Zant with Leonard Skinner. But I wanted to tell you about somebody you may or may not have heard of, which is a fellow Texan that's now deceased. Have you heard of B.W. Stevenson?
Heard of him, but not super familiar.
Oh, Sam, you've got to listen to some of his music. When I was listening to Concrete and Mud and listening to your songs on there, I mean, I just closed my eyes and I thought, wow, I've never heard anybody that sounds as much like B.W. Stevenson. He was from Arlington, Texas.
Arlington, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
I have to check him out. I
oh,
mean,
you will. You will. His music's
I love
amazing.
hearing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
my drummer Matt Tecu, he's about twice my age, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
his music knowledge is just a lot more vast than mine. So I I try not to let him hear me say this, but he's kind of my musical guru. You know, just
Good.
traveling around the world with him and being in a van. He showed me some stuff that I probably otherwise wouldn't have heard, and I like to think I've showed him some stuff too, but he probably wouldn't admit that. Um, yeah, Ed, I love I'm a I love doing research, musical research and hearing, why did they do that or how did they come up with that? Who is this? I like this song. Who did they listen to? That's my favorite part.
Right. Right. I wanted to ask you too, because I know I read that you are a bit of a homebody. And I wanted to ask you, with this talent that you have, do you come from a musical background, from family that play instruments and sing?
My dad played. My dad is a great bass player, and he never really did it professionally, but all throughout his early life, he was playing clubs in Houston and kind of doing a little bit around Texas. But he decided he wanted to make some money, so yeah, he decided to get an adult job and make some money. And yeah, but I think if if I got talent from anywhere, it was definitely from him.
It's great.
But my
It's
mom
funny.
cannot sing a tune.
Carry it in the bucket, huh?
Yeah.
I was listening to Slade Cleaves one time. I saw him in concert up here in Bellingham, and he was talking about when he went to college and told his dad that he was going to be a singer songwriter musician. And his dad said, "You can't make a living like that." And he said he was right.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
hilarious, And
Yeah, I'm lucky my parents have been, really supportive of me
it's great.
with my music, and still to this day really supportive. And I'm lucky in that respect, but I understand, I'm probably not gonna be a billionaire or anything anytime soon, unless I win the lottery. I do play the lottery, so
That's great. I'm sure that gives you some of that humor that you're dealing with doing these songs.
exactly. Yeah,
Oh God, you're funny. Well, they got to be proud of you, Sam. I mean,
yeah,
this is a long way to come, and to get these kind of accolades from not only from the publications but from your peers. There's
sure.
a lot
Yeah,
of musicians out there that are sitting up and taking notice of you, and I'm real pleased that you took time today to come on the show. And let me talk a little bit. Sam's new album is called Getting By on Getting Down on 40 Below Records. And I'm sure, Sam, I've seen it on Amazon and iTunes, and I assume all the local places that have that.
hmm,
His 2018 album, Concrete and Mud, also extremely good. And the other one that I didn't read too much about, but I liked a lot from 2015 is called There Is No Map. And then 2014, your first album, Ephemeral. All great music. I like the way that the publications now, in the 70s, when I was first listening to this kind of music from people like B.W. Stevenson and Dobie Gray, it was called country rock. And then the last few years, it's taken on that Americana,
yeah,
connotation. But I saw in most of the publications that had written reviews on Getting By and Getting Down, they were starting to use that term country rock again, which
yeah, yeah,
I like that.
yeah. The whole Americana thing is just taken on like such a broad net.
Oh,
Um,
Joan Baez is considered
yeah, yeah,
Americana.
it's tough. It's tough. I mean, it's like anything that's not played on,
I know.
a commercial radio is Americana
I
nowadays.
know it. I know it. I was getting to the point where I was like, "Oh my God, it's
Yeah, yeah, it's
incredible."
it's
Yeah,
it's it's tough, man. So yeah, I don't really know. I think country rock is maybe a good way to describe this last record, but I don't know. I don't sit around try and figure it out. I think
I
that's
don't blame
that's
you.
their job, man. That's their job. That's not mine.
It's great. Well, whatever we're going to call it, country rock, Americana, whatever, it is just damn good music, Sam. I
Appreciate it.
congratulate you on this. And like I said, I'm getting a lot of feedback from my listeners. And I want to invite you that whenever you get back on the road again and when you're touring up in Washington State to go to Seattle, and then I assume probably a diversion up to Vancouver, British Columbia. We're halfway right between, and if you'd stop by and see us and bring your guitar and come on in the studio, we'd love to have you come in. That'd be great.
I'd love that. Hopefully, it's sooner rather than later. I'd absolutely love that.
That'd just be wonderful. And in the meantime, be safe, take care of yourself. Good trip back to California, and let's go out with another song from Getting By on Getting Down. And by the way, I want to mention too that you can see more and do the listen to Rosarita on Sam's website at Sam Morrow Music. That's MORROW music.com. And let's go out the door, Sam, with Golden Venus. How's that sound?
Let's do it. Thanks again for having me.
The pleasure was all mine. Take care now.